Hello and welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we are going to try to finish off the click drag. So right now we are able to pick up, but we're not able to actually place anything down. So let us get started with that. Well, let's head into our WBP inventory slot. Now also our clicked picked up item, get that up, and you want to check your hit testables. Now we don't want anything to be visible, basically. So hidden and yeah, that should be fine. Back to your inventory slot. On your graph, now we have our on mouse button up here. We have our left shift down, so let us move this out. We're done with this true branch. If left shift is not down, we want to get our picked up item and we want to validate pickup. That goes into a branch. If our pickup is not valid, well, then we can just set, then we can just pick it up, right? So let us get our picked up item and call our pickup. This is if it's false. And what do we want to pick up? Well, we want to pick up the thing on our slot. So get your inventory ref, get item info at index. Index is our index. And the item quantity goes into like so. And the clicked widget ref is ourself. Once this is done, you can get your inventory ref again and set item info at index, because now there is nothing there anymore. So we need to set it to blank. And then we can return with a handled. However, if we have a valid pickup, then we want to go and see if it's a valid stackable. And the item we want to get is from our click picked up item. So get item from that. And plug it in like so. This goes into the true. And if this is false, so if it's not a valid stackable, well, we want to cache our items here. Local cache item, do we have that? No. Local cached item, like so. So if this is false, we want to set these. And local cached quantity. Because if it's not stackable, then we want to swap it around. So we want to swap our hold item and our slot item. And that means that we want to get our item info at index here and set it. And we want to set that to the picked up item and picked up quantity. So get item, plug it in like so, get the quantity, and plug it in like so. And then we want to call our pickup. So we can call our pickup function of our click picked up item. The selected widget or the click widget ref is our self. The quantity is the cached quantity and the item is the cached item. And then we can return with a handled. If it is a valid stackable, however, then we're going to make a little bit of a shit show here. So we're going to make a add to stack basically. So this is if our left mouse button is up. So we want to add, let's check our add to stack here. We could manipulate this add to stack and actually let us do that. So let us just change this out to add to stack pickup, click, add to stack pickup, click pickup, like so. And here we want to get our inventory at index like we're doing here. However, instead of the inventory drag drop, so we want to change out the inventory drag drop to the click picked up item and get the quantity out of that. So we can remove this drag details. It's less than or equal to the stack size. That is fine. Let's do this true first. So again, we want to get our click picked up item and our quantity. Get rid of this one and plug in our new one. This is fine. Bring your quantity again. Yes, bring your quantity again. Remove this get item details. Plug it in like so. That is going to do a local overflow. And then we want to get our click picked up. We want to get widget ref. So let us do that. On our click picked up item, we're going to add a inventory ref, AC inventory component. Then we're also going to make a index, which is an integer. Now we want to set this. So on mouse button up, if we are valid, if left shift is down, then we create the split stack widget. Go into the split stack widget, go to the graph, and on our pickup is where we want to do this. So let's go into our pickup here, add an input of our AC inventory component, which is our inventory ref, and then a integer, which is a index. Let us set the ones that we have created here to the incoming ones. No, not like so, sorry. Index into the index like so. Now we can go into our split stack again. Now we have a reference here where we can put things in, get in the inventory, get in the index so that it passes that along. Let's go to our inventory slot and let us go to add to stack, click. And now we can get our inventory ref from our click picked up. And we can set item info index. We need the index, so get the index as well from our click picked up. And plug it in like so. The overflow goes in like so. Rid of these. And the item is this item. Compile that. Let's head back to our on mouse button up. Because here we have the if it's a valid stackable. Okay, so now we have our valid stackable. On our true, our false is fine. On our true, we're going to set up a new add stack function. So let's duplicate this add to stack and call it add stack click. We're going to check this is fine, except for the inventory drag drop ref. So we're going to get rid of that. Get our HUD ref, get our click picked up item, and then get the quantity. Add those two together. Up here, you also want to get the quantity and change that out like so. Down here, you want to get the quantity, change that out like so. And over here, we want to change then we want to get our click picked up, and we want to call our pickup. Plug it in like so. The item is the same item as the one in the slot right now. The local overflow goes into the quantity. And the clicked widget ref is ourself. So we can get rid of this again. And I can compile that and go to on mouse button up, and we can now add this over here. And also actually we need to go in here again. So if this is true, then we're adding these together, right? So we want to, on our return node, we want to get our picked up item and we want to invalidate that widget. Now go to our slot, on mouse button up, and we can return with a handle, and this should work. So if it's a valid stackable and we are left clicking, then that should work. Let's click play. This is a valid stackable. We're adding it to the stack and we're swapping them around like so. Now let us go into, so this is if it's a valid slot. If left shift is down, if that is false. If the slot is not valid, so let us move this out here. If this slot is not valid, well, we want to get our HUD ref, we want to get our picked up item, and want to validate our pickup. Are we holding something? Going into the branch. If we are not holding anything, we can just return with a handled like so. If we are holding something, however, we want to set item info index. Index is our index. And we want to set it to the info of our pickup item. So get your pickup item, get item, get quantity, and then you want to invalidate your pickup item. then you can return. And that should be it for that. And now, if I pick it up, I can click it to pick up, I can add the stack, and I can put it down. Now let's work on the right mouse button. So let us go to on mouse button down maybe. And here we're gonna check if it's the left mouse button. If it is not the left mouse button, well, then we're gonna check if it's the right mouse button, which it should be, but we are checking regardless. Let's do a handle if it's not. If it is, however, we want to set our variable MB to be that of the right mouse button, and then we want to validate our slot. Get our validate slot like so. If we are not valid, well, then we're going to validate our pickup. So get our href, get pickup, and validate that pickup. If this also comes out to false, well, we're just going to return with a handle because we don't have anything to do. If this is true, however, so we have something picked up, but the slot is empty, then we want to add one to the slot. So we want to get our inventory ref. We want to set item info index. We want to set it to the index that we have, our index. The item is going to become the picked up item. So get item. And the quantity is going to be 1 because I want to add 1 to the slot. Then I'm going to get my picked up item, get my quantity, and I'm going to decrement that integer. Then I'm going to get my picked up item again, and I'm going to update click picked up item. Because remember, in click picked up item, we have our quantities greater than 0. When we decrement, and then we check it, if it is not greater than 0, it's going to invalidate our click pickup. If the slot is true, however, if it is valid, well, we still want to check if we have something. If it is valid, but we do not have anything, then we want to pick up half of the stuff. So I want to make it a function. I'm going to call it RMB pickup half. I'm going to get my href, get my click picked up item, and I want to call my pickup function. What do I want to pick up? Well, I want to pick up the item on our slot. So get item info, add index, and I want to pick up our item, and I want to do quantity divided by 2, and that is going to be the quantity, and the widget ref is ourself. Now I want to get this item info again, and I want to do our quantity minus, because I haven't set this yet, so it doesn't actually have it changed yet. I want to do this minus the one that we are taking away, because if we are dividing 3 into 2, then 1 is going to be a stack of 2 and 1 is going to be 1. Unless we are using floats, then we're going to have 1.5, but this is going to be integers, right? So we want to figure out what are we taking away. Are we taking away 1 or are we taking away 2 if it's 3? If it is 3. And then we want to set the items accordingly. So now we want to set item info at index to be that of the subtraction so that we have the right number. Like so, item becomes item. And then we can return back into our on mouse button down. When we validate our pickup, if we do not have anything, then we want to RMB pickup half, and we can return with a handled. If it is true, however, I want to see if I'm able to, if it is stackable and stuff like that. Because if it is stackable, I want to add to the stack one, and if it is not, then I want to swap it around. I'm going to check if, well, I'm going to get my valid stackable slot, sorry. I'll get my pickup item, get the item from that, and I want to check if it is a stackable slot. So set into the branch, and if it is not a stackable slot, we're going to swap them around. So we are going to get our item info at index. Index is our index. We're going to cache the items do still not have a local cache here. So right click, local cached item, down to false, and local cached quantity. Then we want to set item info index, so that's going to be our slot. Set item info index. Index is our index, because now we have cached the information and we're ready to move on. And we want to set it to our click picked up item and our click picked up quantity, because now we are swapping them around, as I said. Then we want to call our pickup function and pick up the cached items that we have. All the ones we have cached. The widget ref is ourselves still. We're going to get our cached item, get our cached quantity. And once this is done, we can return with a handle. However, if this is a valid stackable slot, well, then I want to get my inventory, get item info index. I want to do quantity +1. Could also increment, of course. And then I want to set the item info index. So I'm going to grab that, put it over here. I'm going to set the item info index. What do I want to set it to? Well, I want to set it to +1. And the item is still the same, like so. Let us actually move this false a little bit down, so that we can move this out and tuck this in. So we'll set it to that. And then I want to get my valid picked up item. I get my quantity. And then I'm going to decrement that quantity. Also, we couldn't have decremented this because this is a pure function. So that this is only available to get information, not set anything. So now we're decrementing this quantity, and then we want to update our click picked up item. And then we return with a handle. That should be it for our mouse button events. Let us click play. If I right click this, I'm going to pick up 1 because there was 3. I can pick up 1 here and split that. I can move this together. Now I have 5. I pick up 2. If I right click, I can pick this up. I can right click to place 1 until I get to 5, and then it's going to swap it around. And if I try to do that here, it's just going to swap it around regardless. And yeah, I guess that is it for our click pickup. If you hold down shift, you can still get your stack up. And that is our click pickup functions. Okay, thank you for watching. In the next episode, I think we're going to start with our action bars a little bit. We might also work with our loading and saving, and I hope I'll see you then. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed already, do so, and join our Discord if you want to. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.